What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another One Punch Man World video. Alright guys, Atomic Samurai, man oh man, what a controversial release that is. Now we're here to talk about how to build him though, okay? So I'm going to explain to you guys what the best way to build him. Now I'm going to explain this to you from the get-go. I've been gloating about this character quite a bit from the beta. He is not exactly the same, and they've built him differently in the actual global version. So in the beta there was no composure damage, that didn't exist, right? So now he is a main composure damage unit with still a ton of DPS. So don't think just because someone's composure doesn't mean they can't dish out DPS. As a matter of fact, they can. You can look at Genos, Zombie Man, etc. They're just not going to be quite as big of a DPS factor as somebody like Tatsumaki, who is built to be straight up DPS, right? But that does not take away from how you should build Atomic Samurai and the fact that he is an impressive damage dealing unit, but built more for composure. Okay, so let's talk about everything that he is and everything that he does, right? So first off, you guys can see here, he will be a crit damage character, but mostly going to focus on the composure damage side of things, and he is technical. Now, he is a perfect fit, and I'm telling you now, he's a perfect fit with Sonic on your team, especially if you possess Sonic's SSR arm. Okay, so you can see here, I'm going to go to his SSR arm, explain to you guys why this works so well. So applies encouragement to all allies for 60 seconds, granting 40% attack and 100% technique attack bonus. So this is incredibly good. So you definitely want to build Atomic Samurai with more technique attack plus attack with crit and composure. That's how you're going to build him. So if you do have Sonic, you can feed off of that skill from that SSR arm. Very critical to increasing your damage even further. Okay, now in regards to Atomic Samurai, he has his own encouragement as well too. You guys can see here with his rare, his SR arm here actually allows granting immunities. This is kind of cool that they've added the actual icons, because this wasn't before, but it also increases crit rate by 8% within 20 seconds after every switch between Kendo and Aido form. I hope I'm saying that right. I know I'm butchering it. So this also resets paralysis, coma, and burning for all allies. This is important because you guys can use these on those paralysis stages where, you know, where like everyone's asking how the Maelstrom one, how to deal with that one. Well, this is exactly how you do it. You bring a character that has these immunities for your entire squad, making it life a lot easier. Now, if you can pull his SS Arm one, you're even in a better state, okay? Enhanced attacks that consume 5 stacks of weakness. Mark gain a 6% crit damage boost. Now, this is why I was saying you want to build him with crit, because a lot of his kit is revolved around crit and crit damage, especially his arms. And then here, all allies continue gaining might until the end of the battle, as well as gaining 40% of Atomic Samurai's composure reduction stats. The effect increases by 100% when it's a technique type, so this way it'll help Sonic a lot, who is nowhere near a composure type. And then if you do damage to an opponent who is weak against technique, they take 2,000 damage plus 5 times more, so 10,000% of Atomic Samurai's composure damage. So you definitely want to build him composure spec, especially if you have his SSR arm, but in general he's just built to be composure damage overall. Okay, so very important, guys, to know that distinction. Now, I highly recommend, and I say this, I highly recommend you guys do the training because of his 2 different forms. Understanding both forms and going between both forms is going to be a big part of his gameplay, which makes him an advanced character, which means he's not easy to use and you will require to do quite a bit of focus. Now, in terms of auto, I haven't tried him yet. So we'll see how he does, but I have a feeling he's going to be a mid-auto character just because of how close combat he is, and most close combat characters aren't the greatest at their auto jobs, okay? So very important to remember that. I do recommend doing the training and even do some free training to practice, okay? Now, skill list, this is important. So his core mechanisms here, you guys can see it. Atomic Samurai can switch between 2 states, dealing massive damage to enemies by accumulating weakness state. Now here, Atomic Samurai can switch between battle form, which emphasizes attack active offense, which you're seeing kind of right now right there. And then Aido form, I'm going to say Aido, guys, so I apologize if I'm messing this up, which focuses on defensive counterattacks. When dealing damage to enemies, Atomic Samurai inflicts weakness mark. You guys can see that mark right there, which lasts for 10 seconds. This effect can stack up to 5 times. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 lines, and then a little eye. And then some skills will consume stacks of weakness when you deal damage. Okay, so there you guys go, 4, and then the 5th one's coming up. You'll see it shortly whenever it pops. There it is right there. Okay, so normal attack, Okay, this is in Bato form. He does 5 stacks of weakness when you do regular attacks. Just remember that. Just keep going. You guys can see here, will consume all attacks and dealing 680% of attack instead of the 100%, which it normally does. So very, very powerful. This is what, again, play the mold, you'll understand this more. Switching between out of form and perform an accurate dodge. Successfully accurate dodge will inflict one mark, and this will actually give you the full mark. Full 5 marks instantly onto the opponent, so make sure you cast that whenever it's up. And then his dodge mechanics are pretty straightforward. Now, he dodges there, but remember, in this form here, okay, he actually does a block, like a perfect block right there, see? And then he does a counter attack. So make sure you're practicing your accurate dodge or block, whatever you want to call it. And if you are struggling with that, make sure you give yourself a boost to the ability to actually increase that. Okay, so very important. A lot of you guys have been asking what a pursuit skill is. Well, here it is. When the enemy's composure is cleared, use the chase button to pursue enemies who are already in broken composure. So it's just when you break their composure bar, that's what you do. And then his ultimate, of course, is right here. It's incredibly powerful. It gives you $5,000% attack to the enemy, increases damage to your entire team, deals by 5% for 40 seconds. So very, very strong. Highly recommend practicing. Practice. Very important. Now, with that being said, very important thing to note as well is his potentials. These are crazy strong. So Composed Mind gains attack equal to 45% of a composure reduction. So again, this is why you want to build him composure spec. We'll talk more about the memory shortly. His potentials are crazy good. Okay, so first off, when Ito successfully applies accurate dodge against an opponent, they instantly give an opponent 5 marks right away. So you don't have to build it up. You just go straight to it, and then you do your insane damage dealing move right there. You guys can see it's actually happening right now on the screen. In addition, the last strike of normal attack in both forms generate 1 addition weakness mark. So that now reduces your marks in half. So way more damage if you get his P1. So P1 is very important for him. P2, limit break, of course, +3. So you can increase that by another 3 levels, which again, he's a composure unit, and raid break is composure increase. So you want that. Extend the duration of weakness mark to 60 seconds, which is, I think, 6 times longer. I think normally it's 10 seconds. So it's crazy, crazy long. A crit trigger by an attack generates 40% composure damage bonus, which is crazy good. And then every time a monster enters break state, you gain 10% more damage. Goes up to 3 times. This is insane, guys, by the way. Essentially, you want to build him crit, so you get, if you have him P4, you can game this. This is very much whale territory, but I'm still going through it, okay? Gain a 15% damage bonus for 30 seconds after using an enhanced attack that consumes 5 stacks of weakness. So here you're going to gain weakness quickly, and then you're going to do your enhanced attack. You're going to get a 15% bonus increase to damage for 30 seconds. It can be stacked up twice. A counter attack that consumes 5 stacks of weakness mark, followed by an accurate dodge, grants 2 stacks of this effect instantly. So don't even have to do twice. You can just be in this form, do the accurate dodge, you get yourself 2 stacks. It's crazy good. And then lastly, using E, Blade Waltz generates invulnerability for 2 seconds. Extend the window for E power strike defense from 0.3. So this is just essentially giving you some invulnerability and survivability. So realistically, you don't need to get him that far. 1 is enough. 2 is really good. 3 is really not required, because I mean you're going to be doing weakness mark, taking away weakness mark pretty quickly with most of your damage skills, but it's nice to have. 4 is super good. 5 is incredible, but realistically up to 4 would be the most you really need to go. The rest is just bonuses. I mean, realistically 1 is all you need to go. Hell, you don't even need to go to 1. He's just good on his own. So either way, there you guys go. That's what you want to focus on. Now, the last part of this is going to be the memories and wills. This is going to be very straightforward, guys. Raid break is your number 1 friend. Build raid break on this guy. That's what you want, because it's composure, bonus damage, and he gains attack based off of that. So build that as high as you possibly can go. The next one you want to build for him, of course, is going to be under attack, impassioned. Build his attack, get that as far as you can. If you can get him some penetrating eye, not a bad option as well. Get his crit up. Obviously, you want to build that crit, and then if you can, lastly, get a little bit here and there of Mind Reader to build the crit damage with that as well. Now, this is hard, right? All these things are going to be hard to get. These are all very coveted things for a lot of DPS characters, but they're very important for him. And then lastly, his mechanism is super good. So you absolutely want to go for these, and you want to max these out. Now, wills are going to help you with this one, so make sure you are focusing on that. Now, where the hell is it? Composure Crusher. Here it is. Atomic Samurai gains a 10% bonus damage for 35 seconds whenever he switches between the 2 forms, and then he goes up to 20% damage. And then lastly here, this lasts for 35 seconds with either switch forms. This effect can be stacked twice now. Okay, so super strong. You absolutely want to go for the level 3 on this one. So that's essentially it. So you want to go for Composure Crusher, you want to go for Impassioned, Penetrating Eye, Mind Reader, and then of course Raid Break, which is under special right there, because you're going to get 3 extra points of this in if you get them to P2. All right, guys, so there you guys go. That's how you build them. I'm going to be working on mine, trying to get all the things that I need for him. Currently working on his merit and getting enough credits here to limit break further. I am broke. I'm almost there, though. So we'll get there soon, and then we'll do a full-on showcase on how he plays and how to work him. But right now, that's the way you want to build him. All right, guys, this is Payne. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I'll see you guys in the next one.